my veins. On the pitch where the glory remains, the cockerel stands brave on the crest. North London pride, this ain't no jest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash, numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd, every game we scream it loud. Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to THFC Till We Die. I'm Big James, and I'm here to start your match day program. Here we are on Before the Whistle. So let's dive straight into it, guys. First of all, I just want to say thank you for everyone for joining me today. Dermo, big up, giving out 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Dermo. Much appreciated. We are on the march to try and get 3,000 subscribers before March. So please, if you are new to us and you haven't subscribed yet, please, please, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on YouTube, and that takes care of that little bit of business. Let's just welcome in a little bit of the chat. We have Wayne Bonner. He says, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you are well and having a great weekend. He's fancying 5-0 to Spurs today. Come on, you in Spurs. Absolutely. And also we have Benny Tello, put the 3 points in the bag, please, and thank you. Yeah, I agree. Let's put it in. Let's try and get 3 points today. Absolutely. We're all wanting 3 points today. I've gone 3-0 to Spurs. That's my prediction. I said it last night on our show last night. Sticking with it. I've seen the lineup. I've got the lineups. They are going to be coming to you. I'm going to give you those very soon. Still getting to grips with this new laptop and getting to grips with the media assets and things like that and getting them on screen, and literally did not get a chance to get it all. So I am going to just read you them out, and we'll jump into that as well. I'll give you some more. If you didn't see the show last night, I'll give you some of the stats between Spurs and West Ham, and we will go through that momentarily. So we'll start with the lineups for you, and we will start with the home team, of course, of the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. So in goal we have Vicario, The back four is looking like Porro playing right back, Van der Ven and Romero as the two centre backs. We also have Ben Davis playing as our left wing back, left back. So Ben Davis coming in instead of Jedi Spence. In midfield, we have our new boy Conor Gallagher. He is starting his first game for Spurs, so that's going to be interesting to see. He's going to be partnering Archie Gray in that midfield. Then we have the front three. It is looking like Matisse Tell on the left, Odebear on the right, with Xavi Simons playing the number 9. Up front, we have Kolo Muani, and I think it's going to be a good game for Kolo Muani today. I think he's going to hopefully bag a couple, get his Spurs campaign in the Premier League up and running, and hopefully it will kickstart him on, because we're going to need it with our strike force being depleted. For West Ham, we have Areola, Somerville, Castellanos, Mavropanos, Fernandez, Pablo, Bowen, Todibo, Suicek, Van Bissaka, and Scarles. Substitutes for Spurs, we have Kinski, Dragosin, Danso, Bissouma comes to the gets on the bench, as well as Udogie. Bergvall is fit enough to make the bench. Solanke is also fit enough for the bench. Spence also, and Dane Scarlett. Your West Ham substitutions for today are Hermanson, Walker-Peters, Kilman, Julio, Wilson, Rodriguez, Potts, Conte, and Mayers. So they are your lineups. Dermo will have the graphic for when the game does kick off on the watch along, so you will be able to see how we're setting up. It does look like Frank's gone for a 4-2-3-1. It's kind of what I was thinking in my tactical show that me and Dermo did. I hope you watched that. If not, it is out on YouTube. You can pick it up. Please do jump over there and give that one a watch. It's me and Dermo discussing things tactical on what I expect to see from Frank. It's going to be interesting to see what Gallagher does. I think he's a very good acquisition for us. And look, he's not a big name. He's not a 90 to 100 million pound player. Absolutely, it's not that kind of player. And we've got to be realistic. Who are we going to buy that's going to be Premier League proven to come in at that kind of money, unless you are going out and spending silly money on Adam Wharton or another English Premier League player, and they're just not available. And we know this. I think Conor Gallagher is a good, solid acquisition for us. Let's have a look. Wayne Bonner says, damn, James wearing the same Spurs shirt as me. That's got to be a good omen. I may have to go 6-0. You go for that, Wayne. You do that. I'm quite happy with you going 6-0. No Palhinha on the bench. No, AK Shegs is not on the bench. He did seem to pick up a knock in training on Wednesday, I believe it was. Didn't train Thursday, didn't train Friday. And they sort of realised that it's just a knock. It's nothing serious, guys. It is being reported, but it's just, I think it's more precautionary than anything that's going to keep him out long term. He also says Bissouma on the bench. Yeah, Bissouma coming, being sort of welcomed back into the fold, sort of, by making the bench. Will he get on the pitch? I can't see it personally. I cannot see him getting on the bench. To me, you've got Bergvall, who's probably more likely to come on for him. Solanke, Spence. I could probably pick Frank's substitutions now, and how he's gonna basically get bring on, he will probably bring on Dragosin. He will probably bring on Danso. He'll probably bring on Bergval. He will probably bring on Spence. And at some point, we'll see Solanke. So I can't see Bissouma coming on. I think he'll want to see what the Gallagher-Gray partnership can do in the middle of the park. I think it's quite a progressive sort of midfield. I think Archie will be asked to sit more as the DM, and Connor will be asked to sort of be that box-to-box sort of interrupter in the middle of that pitch. Shegs, yeah, Paulinho, just a slight knock, nothing too major. Cheers, Dermo. He says, big up, James. Please hit that like for James. Yeah, absolutely. Please hit the like. Wayne Bonner's picking up my sentiment. He says, apparently took a knock in training. Yeah, 100%. Rodney Martin, he says, big up, come on, you Spurs. Big up, Rodney. Welcome along. Sheikh says, no, don't say it's nothing serious. Haha, that's exactly what Frank said about Solanke. It's also what Postecoglou said about Kulusevski. So it's nothing serious. It's just precautionary, and we haven't seen Kulusevski all season. I'm only going on what has been reported to me is that it is nothing serious. Little knock in training, sort of niggled him a little bit, and they didn't want to risk him. Big up to Binny Guy. He says, big up, any updates on the protest, mate? So the protest is currently going off. They are marching towards the stadium as we speak. The official meet time was 2:00. So they will be making their way to the ground, probably nearly there by now. I don't know about the West Ham fans. I do know there is a scheduled 15-minute walkout. I don't think we're going to walk out of the stadium. I think we're just going to walk onto the concourse after 15 minutes, spend 5 minutes at the concourse, and then come back to the seats. I think it'd be ridiculous to, as a supporter, to pay all that money to go see a game and then to walk out after 15 minutes. I mean, Spurs could be 3-0 up after 15 minutes, so they might want to walk out for good. Yeah, Shegs, also, fingers crossed that it is nothing too serious. Dermo saying there is 200 at the protest, Binny Guy. So 200 people marching on the Spurs stadium. We do have Rain there. He is gone to the game. Rain does go to the protest as well. He is very, very linked to the Change for Tottenham group. And I know he has gone to previous protests, and he will be going to this one as well as the game. Hopefully we may hear from him at half time. See what he thinks, what the situation's like in the ground, what's the atmosphere like. We may not, because the internet down there, it's not great, we'll just say. Binny Guy says, in my humble opinion, it's not a coincidence. Levitt, Ange, Son, Madders, Kulu, one way or another, all gone faster than speed of light. After Europa Trophy, we all feel something's up, eh? So I think with regards, so I'll break that down. So Levy going, that was ousted. He was basically forced out of the club because ENIC were, or the Joe Lewis family, or whatever you want to call it, had enough of Daniel Levy, and it was excuse after excuse after excuse with Daniel Levy. Ange Postecoglou was sacked. Was it the right sacking? I think it was, because the club under Ange was going backwards. We were 17th in the league last season. Yes, we won European glory. No one's going to take that away. Our first trophy in 17 years. Absolutely fantastic night in Bilbao. Not a great game, but a fantastic night for the fans and us picking up the trophy. So was it a Levy going, so he's going to get rid of Ange, or was it the new board coming in, the Lewis family trust coming in and saying, no, we're going in a completely new direction and we're going to get rid of the manager. I would have liked to have seen Ange stay, but he kind of made his job untenable with the poor league performance, and in blatantly turning around and saying that he was prioritizing the Europa League over the Premier League, and barring the 3 teams that went down being worse than us, we were lucky to avoid relegation. Madders, obviously, that was in pre-season. Nobody could have seen that one coming. Kulu, end of last season. I don't think Kulu is going to be out all season. I think it's probably just a case of the injury is probably taking longer to heal, and you don't want to rush a player back when it comes to something that's required surgery and needed good rehabilitation. We don't want to rush him back, because if we rush him back and when he breaks down again, he's going to be out for even longer. So I think we're just being careful with Kulu. He is back in light training, as far as my sources tell me. He is back in light training. He is back on the grass, but it's very light work on the grass. So I would sort of say mid to end of February, we should see Kulu sort of start to reappear in match day squads. My opinion only, of course, guys. I'm not saying that you can take that one to the bank. Son, look, Sonny has been. I mean, Sonny is a Spurs legend. I underpin that 100%. Sonny is a Spurs legend. He is up there with some of the Spurs greats. However, his output had declined. Yes, he's lighting up the American League. 100% he's lighting up the American League. But someone of Sonny's caliber, he was always going to be lighting up something like the American League. Absolutely. So I would sort of say this season is going to be kind of a null and void season. I think I'll be happy if we can get into break the top 10 at this point of the season. I'll be happy if we can break into the top 10 and maybe make the round of 16 of the Champions League. I can't see us getting much further. If we can overcome Dortmund and Frankfurt, who are 2 very, very difficult German teams, I think we've got nothing to worry about. We'll make the playoffs, and we'll hopefully get a decent draw in the playoffs and get through. Binny Guy says it's like Enoch 2.0, trying to raise trophy-winning memories from us fans by backing not ready amateur Frank. No, they've not backed him. They didn't back him in the summer. I don't think he was backed in the summer. We got some good players in, but again, unproven Premier League players. I think we all kind of got a little bit excited when Xavi Simons come in, and it's just taken him time. He is starting to develop into a Premier League player. And it's the same old story with Tottenham, isn't it, guys? It really is. Of are we backing as manager? Are we not backing as manager? Let's make signings that could potentially be for the future, and will maybe a little bit for this current season. Let's remember, Spurs have got one of the youngest squads in the Premier League right now. That's quite impressive, really. That when you think about our squad as a whole, it's one of the youngest in the Premier League. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, as if these players, these new faces, treating this club like new kid on the block, not acknowledging we've been here since 1882. That part, fans are pissed. Yeah, 100%. 100% Binny Guy, 100%. We are a club with a proud proud history, and I think any club would love our history. There's clubs that have won nothing compared to what we are. Wayne Bonner, he takes my sentiments. He says, I'll take 9th to 13th end of season as we're in a rebuild, but come the summer, I expect serious business to be done with incomings and outgoings. I agree, Wayne, 100% agree with what your sentiment there. I think we have some good squad players, and I think we have players that are not good enough, and we've just sort of had to make do with them. And look, I like Pedro Porro. He's not a defensive midfield. He's not a good defensive right back. I think he's more. I can see him developing more like a Gareth Bale, because when Gareth Bale first started, he was a left back, and he sort of developed himself into that attacking left winger. And I can see Pedro Porro being that sort of player, sort of right back attacking right winger. And I do think we need some strength in our wing back positions. I know we've signed this young kid from Santos, Souza. Seen some of his videos. Highly recommend, if you want to see what he's all about, go on YouTube, search him up. You will find some good videos on the kid, and he does look good. But again, he's only 19. We can't expect him to come into the team and start tearing up trees. But he will give Destiny Udogie a good run for his money and pushing for that first team place. Wayne also says, Binny Guy, that's a big problem with the big wigs at Spurs. They don't seem to understand the club, the fans, the history. No, they don't. They don't. I agree. They don't. We want more as fans. Who are you saying you'd move on then, Wayne? The first two I'd move on in the summer would be Porro and Bentancur, not being the same since his last injury. Yeah, Bentancur's really not been the same since his last injury. And I think we could still probably command a decent fee for Bentancur, somewhere in the 25 to 35 million pound sort of window. I think, and that'd be a good sort of feeler. I think Porro moving on, but we need to get someone in to replace him. Oh, it's my lovely co-host, Dermo. How are we doing, my man?
Yeah, I thought I'd just pop in before, go over and get the watch along started. Yeah, how are you? How's everyone? Are we all pumped up to get some bubbles into our system and beat them West Ham, send them West Ham back to the East End of London crying into their pie and chips? But yeah, looking forward to this. What do you think to the lineup, bud?
I think it's a good lineup. I'm interested to see the Gallagher-Gray partnership. Very interested to see how that works. I can see Gallagher being more of a box-to-box and Gray being asked to sit that little bit deeper, sort of help protect the back line. But Gallagher will be he's basically looking at Gallagher to be the engine in that midfield. So looking forward to that. I think the front three of the front three or front four, whatever you want to say, of Tel, Odebear, Xavi, and Mwane. I think it's got the ability to cause West Ham some problems.
Yeah,
it's which Matisse Tel we're going to get, which Xavi Simons are we going to get, which Odebear we're going to get, and which Mwane are we going to get. Are we going to get the players that are not interested, who are disheartened, or are we going to get the pumped up Xavi Simons, the pumped up Matisse Tel? Because we've seen it time and time again. Simons out there really trying to rev the fans up, get the fans behind the team, and we've seen Matisse Tel do it as well. So I really, really hope we see that sort of that passion coming from those sort of players. And I really want to really hope Mwane can bob a goal or two in today and get his confidence up, because he does look like a man without some confidence at the minute. And I just think if he can get a couple of goals today, I think it'll really do him some good and it'll really help him kick on.
Yeah.
But yeah. What about you, Dim? Are you looking forward to this?
Yeah, I am. I'm looking for if I can get my stream to work. Oh God, don't tell me my stream. Yeah, I thought I'd just pop in, but listen, I'm gonna bounce out. I'm gonna let you finish off here. I'm gonna go and get the watch along started. So guys,
guys,
here, do come over here. James, I'll see you for after the whistle, bud.
Yeah, I might jump in at half time, Dermo, give you sort of my half time thoughts
do
and
so.
feelings as
Do
well.
so. Right, I'll see you later, bud. Okay,
I'll
then.
see you later.
Bye-bye.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, guys, Dermo, thanks very much for joining me, my man. Always a pleasure. So just quickly for the last couple of minutes, Paul Swansea Villa, he says, if you lose today, Sackins, I think it puts both managers, either one of them lose, it puts them on extremely thin ice. The Tottenham board have come out and is it the dreaded vote of confidence, or is it they are saying that they're not going to be the same as what we were like under Levy? Knee-jerk reactions on sacking managers and things like that. Are they just going to give him time to basically try and stabilise us and take this season as what it is, a rebuilding process? So we'll see. Wayne Bonner coming in. Man United beat City 2-0. Michael Carrick getting a good win there for him. I think my cousin Colm, he'll be extremely happy with that one. Not so happy for my fantasy football team though. No Erling Haaland goals. Disappointing. But yeah, just to round things out. Let's do a couple of stats before I leave, and then you can jump over to Dermo and pick that up. So our head-to-head record, Tottenham has won 103 matches, West Ham 67, and 56 matches have ended in a draw. Tottenham have scored 68 goals, while West Ham have scored 47 goals in our encounters. Our last match, in the last Premier League meeting, West Ham drew 1-1 with Tottenham on May the 4th, 2025, and that was last season. We obviously did beat them at the start of this season as well. So that is your before the whistle. I'm Big James. I should be jumping on to halftime, give you my halftime thoughts of the match. Please join Dermo on the watch along. Thank you very much for tuning in to me. I'm going to love you all and leave you. Get ready for the game myself. Big up Spurs, and come on you Spurs. In the big cockerel we trust.